that's a style sheet, and it's of type text CSS. You just put this in your head, and it'll import kind of like the CSS file. So who can tell me what kind of link this is? Learned it 2 lectures ago. Either starts with an R or starts with an A. Relative? Yeah, it's actually a relative URL, right? Because you don't have all that, like, whatever http.com like stuff, so it's not absolute. You're referencing, like, so this should be in the same file where your HTML element is. Okay, then we have inline styling, which is actually when you put the style in as an attribute for the HTML element. So just like we did before, we put class here for attributes. You can put style, and then you can go ahead and insert your CSS code in here. And this is kind of useful for single cases, but it's really, really bad practice to use this in like an actual site where you have a lot of different styles. Can anyone tell me why? This is kind of why we use CSS in the first place. Yeah, it defeats the point of kind of using CSS, right? Like with the font example I had in the beginning, if you have inline styling for every single thing, and you said I want the font color to be red, and then 2 weeks later you change your mind and you want it to be blue, you have to go change all of these, right? So it's not even like what CSS, the point of CSS is. But it is useful for like really single cases. So you can use it a little bit, but you probably don't want to use it in this class. Yeah, if you're applying the same style to multiple elements, consider using the class instead. So then you can reference it in another file, and then you don't have to change that one line. Okay. We also have embedded style sheets, which is really similar to inline styling, but it's similar as in it's not a separate CSS file, but you're actually embedding the actual CSS code inside the head element. You kind of say style type equals CSS or text slash CSS, and you put all your CSS into here. So it's not inline styling, but it's still part of the HTML code. So you shouldn't be using this unless you have, like one case I guess would if you have elements in this page that are styled differently than what your main CSS file is, like a special exception that you can use this, but try to avoid doing this because it's kind of the same thing as inline styling. You still have to like go and change every single page if you decide you change one, you want to change the style or something. Better option is to link to another CSS file, which is what the external style sheets is. Question? My voice is kind of dying. Next. Okay. So HTML documents can include multiple sources of CSS styles. So you can actually, just how I showed you how to link external style sheets, you can link multiple of them. So what is one potential problem that you can run into if you're linking multiple CSS files?
The contradicts.
Contradict, yeah, right? Oh.
I just had a question. Why would you want to link to outside CSS style sheets?
Oh, what I was explaining earlier with the downsides of using inline style sheets and embedded style sheets, if you have a lot of like pages that should have similar styling, you don't want to go embed all of the same CSS on like all the pages, right? Because then what if you want to change something? Then you have to change all the code in all the pages. So a better alternative, if all of them have the same kind of styling, is to link in one external file, and then anytime you want to change something, you just change that one file, not all of the files. Yeah, does that make sense? Question? So what's your name?
Emre?
Emre, sorry, okay. So he said that you could have potential conflicts or contradictions in your CSS files. And that's true. So CSS uses what is called cascade order, which is really similar to what I explained before with specificity. It gives priority based on how close it is to the element. So obviously inline code is kind of like the closest you can get to the actual element, and after that is embedded and external. And for different kinds of external CSS files, the last style loops. So whatever you imported last will take precedence over the other ones. If it doesn't, if specificity doesn't come into play. Yeah. Okay. So we're going to do a quick example. So imagine if you import 3 different kinds of style sheets. So you style 2, and style 3. And you have this code right here. And it says p style equals color orange. And obviously, because this is inline style, it'll take the inline styling first. So the color will be orange, right? So what if you take this out? What color will this be? Anyone know? Yeah, blue, right? Why?
Because
last style wins.
Yeah, last style wins. And there's no clashes in like, it's not like there's some kind of ID here, right? It's like one of these ones. So they're all the same, like specific priority. So the last style wins. What about if I take out that last one? Oh, oops. What if I take out that? Ah, no. Okay. What if I take out that last one, even though you guys already saw the answer? Green? One important thing to notice that this is still bold. I don't know if you can tell. This is bold. And it's because up here you said font weight equals bold, or is bold, and down here you never overrode it or anything. So it continues to be bold, even though you said you like overrode the colors. Yeah. So if I take this out, it'll be green. And what if I take this red thing out? Green but not bold, right? Exactly. Yay! You guys are good. Okay.
Good question.
Yes.
How do you tell? How does it determine which style sheet is the last one? Is it the
It's
last
whichever,
one that you upload?
Yeah, it's the last one in like the line order, I guess. So like what I showed before.
The last link.
Like here, it's this one. So this
Oh,
one.
okay.
Yeah. Another question? Someone's talking. Okay, cool. So if you guys want to go online to the assignments tab, I have a small worksheet for you guys, and you guys can work on it separately. We'll give you 5 to 10 minutes, and then we'll come back into a group to kind of share answers.